Hi, my name is Tessie and you're welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be showing you how to draft a perfect trouser pattern, okay? Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so, and also like and share my video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, okay? So I'm going to start by taking out all the points. You need your crotch line, your hip line, as in hip point. So I'm going to be taking my hip point. My hip point is 9 inches. While my crotch is 10. This is how to measure the crotch on the screen, okay? So then I'll also count 3 inches below the crotch line, which is going to be serve as my tie line. I'm also going to be taking my new point, new length, and also the length of the trouser, okay? I'm also going to be repeating the same thing on the other side so as to get a straight line. So after doing that, I'm going to be connecting them with a straight line like so. So I've labeled all my lines and I'm going to be inputting my hip measurement first. The hip measurement I'm working with is 42 inches divided by 4, so I'll be getting 11.5, okay, 10.5, sorry. I'll take the same thing on my waistline and also on my crotch line. And I'll connect with a straight line. So having done that, I'm going to be putting my crotch measurement, which is 2.5. It is standard for every size, okay? That's the basic for crotch, 2.5 for any size for the front, okay? So I'm going to be taking my waist measurement now. If you notice, I'm taking it from the other side, from the crotch side, not on the backward. You know, I took the hip measurement from the other side, and this time around I'm going to be marking the waistline, all my measurements from this other side, okay? Just the way I'm doing it. So I'll be connecting it to the hip line like so. So right now I'm going to get the measurement, the length of my crotch. Whatever I have there, I'll divide it by 2 in order to get a center, the midpoint of that line, okay? So right now I'm folding my tape in order to get the midpoint. Sorry, I'm not seeing that. So I've gotten the midpoint and I'm going to be taking it on the line because all my measurement is going to be from that center line, okay? Remember, only your waist and hip is divided by 4. Every other measurement is divided by 2. the thigh, the knee, and the ankle are divided by 2. Okay, so I'm going to be inputting all the measurements, the midpoint from the waist down to the length, so as to get a straight line. So after doing that, I'm going to be connecting it with a straight line, okay? So now I'm going to be dividing all the measurements I have by 2, and then I'll be inputting it on both sides, okay? So half of my thigh measurement is 12.5, and I'll be taking it on both sides. The midpoint of 12.5 is placed on that center line, okay? And now I have 20 inches for my knee. 20 inches divided by 2 is 10. And then I'll be placing my tape on 5 on that center line, placing 5 on the center line, and mark 5 inches on both sides, which is 10 inch. The same thing on the ankle, okay? You divide your ankle by 2. Mine is 14 divided by 2, which is 7, and then I place my tape on 3.5 on that center line, so as to get the same measurement on both sides, okay? So now I'll be going up by 1.5 inch on my crotch. From my crotch line, I'll be going up by 1.5 inch so as to curve my crotch properly, okay? Okay, so right now I'll be putting my dart on that center line. I'll mark 4 inches downward and then half an inch on both sides. That is for my front dart, okay? Then I'll connect. So after that, I'm going to be connecting all my points, joining all the points together with a curve like so. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also click on the subscribe button below if you have not done so, okay? Thank you. So, as you can see, the shape of our trouser is already out. So this is for the front pattern, and right now I'm going to be showing you how to also arrange your ankle, okay? You're not supposed to cut the ankle straight because you will run short of fabric when you are folding. So I include 2 inches on my ankle, and then I fold the pattern paper before cutting it in order not to fall short of fabric when I am cutting it on my fabric or when I'm sewing, okay? So I'm connecting it to the length of my ankle, to the straight line I draw. So in order not to fall short of fabric, I'm going to fold the pattern before cutting the ankle side, okay? So that when you cut your fabric and you want to sew and you fold your ankle, your fabric will not be shorting, okay? So just the way I'm doing it, I'll fold it and then I'll trace it. So I'll be cutting my pattern now, okay? Okay guys, now let's work on the zip fly, okay? Be adding 2 inches from the waist down to hip for my zip fly, okay? So we'll be connecting it, okay? And then you connect it like so, the way I'm doing it now. So that is our zip fly, okay? So now I'll be cutting the front pattern. I'll also cut out the zip fly, okay? I like cutting it out. It's easier for me to sew that way. So guys, I forgot to slant my waistline, okay? I'll be coming down by ½ inch, and then I'll connect it all the way to my dart, okay? So as for the trouser to sit properly on your waist, okay? I'll be cutting them. Okay, so that is all for the front. As you can see, I cut out my flap, okay? My fly, the zip fly. So I'm going to be tracing the front pattern on the back pattern now, okay? We are going to be making the back pattern, so I'll be tracing the front pattern on the back pattern. As you can see, I did not include any sewing allowance on the front pattern. That is because all sewing allowance will go to the back pattern, okay? So right now I'm going to be tracing it on another paper. So after doing that, now we are going to be working on the pocket, okay? And the pocket measurement is 2.5 inches by 7 inch, 2.5 inches width and then 7 inches depth, okay? The length is 7 inches while the width is 2.5, okay? So now I'm going to be connecting it with a curve from that 2.5 to the 7 inches. So right now I'm going to be tracing the pocket, okay? That is going to be my pocket facing. So I'm going to trace it with my pen, my marker, like so. So I trace to my dart line. That is how long I want the length of my pocket to be, okay? So and now I'm going to, I put 2 inch, ½ an inch allowance for the pocket side, okay? And I'm going to be cutting it out. I don't need that part anymore. So right now I'm going to be tracing my pocket. I'll trace down. So the length of my pocket, I trace down to my crotch line and then to my dart line. Okay, so the length of my pocket is from my waist to my crotch. So I'll place them together and curve it the way I want. Okay, so I have curved my pocket the way I want it. Now set them aside and let's work on the back pattern. Okay, so I'll be adding 2 inches to my crotch line. Okay, for the back you add 2 inches and then you lower it by ½ an inch. And then I'm going to get the midpoint of that line, middle line, which is 2 inches. Is 4 on the line, then 2 inches. Then I'll be adding 2.5 inches upward. Okay, it was supposed to be 2 inches, but because I minus ½ an inch from the waistline of the front, I include it now, making it 2.5 inches upward. Okay, take it exactly on that midpoint of that line, and then I'll be marking my new waistline in a slanted way. Okay, right now I want to draw my waistline so that you will understand what I'm doing. So I'll mark my waistline from that point down to my waist. The back waist and the front waist must be the same. Okay, it's only on the crotch side that it should be higher. The front part is supposed to be higher because of the boot, but for the waist side it should be the same. Okay, that is for the side seam to fall in place. Okay, so you connect it in a slanted way, just the way I'm doing it. Okay, so I'll be connecting my crotch now. So I've connected my crotch from that point down to the ½ inch I came down at the crotch line, and that will serve as my new crotch line. Okay, the ½ inch down there will serve as the new crotch line. So I'll be adding 1 inch from the tie line down to the ankle, on the inseam and on the out seam on both sides. Okay, 1 inch on both sides, and that is going to serve as as sewing allowance. Okay, the back trouser pattern is always larger than the front panel. Okay, so having done that, I'm going to be connecting them now. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. I really appreciate if you do so. Okay, so you connect your pattern the way the lines the way I am doing now, and that side is now our new crotch. Okay, so right now I'm going to be putting my dart measurement. Okay, so I'll measure 4 inches, just exactly the way it is on the front, 4 inches on my waistline, 4 inches downward, so as to get a straight line. Okay, or a slanted line, just like the crotch, the crotch line is. Okay, then the back dart is 5 inches long. Remember, the front we input 4 inches, but the back is 5 inches long, and then ½ inch on both sides as well. Okay, just like the front. Then I'll be connecting it. So I want to show you something. Okay, this is the old back pattern I've been using, and it also comes out well after sewing. Okay, the front pattern are always the same, but this back pattern you can make it in a different way. I added 2 inches upward and then 2 inches on the crotch side from waist down to hip line. I also add 2 inches, just the way I'm showing you, and then on the inseam downward from the crotch I add 2 inches down. Okay, from the tie I added 2 inches downward. I also did 2 inches for my crotch, and then I also lower it by half an inch. So all of them are the same thing. Whichever one that works for you, anyone that is easier for you to do, you can do that. Okay, all of them work. Thank you guys for watching. Okay, if you want to see the sewing tutorial of this trouser, please let me know in the comment section, and then I'll work on it. Okay, I'll make my next video on it. Okay, so that is all for the back pattern. I'll be cutting it right now. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Have a nice day. Bye.